And we're here at the Ladies' Challenge Play. Thames Rowing Club, London Rowing Club versus Oxford Brookes B.
That's right, Jess. Thanks for having us with us. Yes, Oxford Brookes B on the left-hand side of the screen there, blasting off the blocks there and really giving something to the Thames and London crew on the right-hand side of the screen in the black and red colours of Thames, and also the blue and white of London Rowing Club, which is also your club, Jess. Is that right?
It's my club. We've got a little person in there in the two-seat. Yeah, they're going to be up against it. This absolutely stellar programme of Oxford Brookes. What do you reckon, Pasky?
Oh, the might of Brookes is quite terrifying, isn't it? You know, Brookes have already established a fairly chunky lead there. Now, this is Brookes' second boat in this event, and they've actually got 3, so that's pretty impressive depth from Brookes to have 3 boats in the ladies' plate. But yeah, I think it's going to be a challenge for this Thames crew that we're just seeing in the front of the picture there. So Anthony Lester there with his trademark Thames trucker cap, stroking this crew as hard and fast as he can to stay in contact with that Brookes crew.
And you'll join us a bit further down the course, and you can see that Oxford Brookes have actually pulled out quite a considerable margin of lead there, a few lengths of clear water, and they've taken it down. They look like they're saving a bit of those beans for tomorrow. What do you think, Adam?
I think so, Jess. I think they might be warming up for beans on toast tomorrow morning or something. Definitely, they look very serene there, very relaxed. This has now sort of become a bit of a wind down and a bit of a training row for Oxford Brookes B here.
We see so many Brookes boats. I've commented on about 2 or 3 of them recently in the past hour, and we keep touching on their programme, but what is a hard training programme? What's a hard training session? What do you think the hardest one to do is?
I mean, Jess, obviously we would have trained side by side, you know, when you were in the women's team and I was in the lightweight men's team. So, you know, we had a fairly good grasp of what a tough training programme was. You know, 3 sessions a day, you know, really sort of pushing yourself hard on the ergo. But I think Brookes, I think there's probably another level in there. You know, there are definitely some well-oiled machines. You know, they definitely do some solid training to be able to have that amount of power and do what they've done in this race here.
Yeah, and look, this Thames London crew is not too shabby. They've got winners here from previous Henley Royals. They've got the pedigree, so they've got the crew members to do it. They just don't look as cohesive as this Brookes crew here, and they're doing what you'd want to do here. They're throwing the kitchen sink. They're coming past Remenham. They're going as hard as they can. They want to keep this margin as small as possible.
Yeah, that's right, Jess. This crew here on the left, that Thames and London crew that we can see, that's still rating high. I mean, they're throwing what they've got at it. You know, they're having a great time. They're living in the moment. They're enjoying their Henley. You know, this crew is it's not raced before this year. It's largely a group of mates that have sort of clubbed together and thought, let's give Henley a crack this year. And it's great to see them out. You know, maybe they're not as fit and strong as they used to be, but they're still rowing really well. And you know, they're still lapping it up and trying to give Brookes a bit of a challenge.
And I keep talking about this, the privilege of rowing at this standard, on this level, on this in this arena that is Henley Royal. We've absolutely missed it for 2 years. And coming here, you see people, present company included, you know, coming back to try and get one more bite of the cherry. They're trying to come back and race here because it's so special and it means so much to so many people. And that's painful. They're not just here having a laugh. That is a painful race. And fair play to them for putting out this crew and getting to the Friday of Henley.
As you say, Jess, it's really emotional stuff. You know, some of the stuff that people write in the bios, what they're posting online, you know, this means a lot to everyone, and actually for them to be there racing is great. You know, we can see there's the one London Rowing Club Lycra there in the 2 seats. I believe that's Alex Cawthorne. Or is it Dylan Wing? Sorry, yeah. But actually there should have been a couple of London guys, another London guy in there, because actually Oliver Mahoney was meant to be racing, but actually last weekend he's a keen mountain biker and obviously went a bit extreme and came off his bike and has dislocated his shoulder, so he's not racing in the boat today. So a bit of a shout out to Oliver there, and hope he rests up and gets well soon.
Might get some adrenaline down the mountain bike. I've seen too many shots of Rio Tokyo, you know, watching our mountain bikers out there.
God, I know, yeah, tell me about it. It's pretty extreme, isn't it? And I mean, there's some very good hills around here in Henley, isn't there? So you can see why it'd be an appealing sport to pick up.
Not too close to Henley, though. That's got to be learned. And there we go, Brookes, nice and controlled. Another bucket rig, love a bucket rig, across the finish line. They're going to take the win in the Oxford Brookes University B in the Ladies' Challenge Play. I'm now going to pass on to Matt Britton. Thank you for tuning in, listening, and we've got lots of great races coming up for you.